She's a seasoned branding professional who's a second brown belt in karate and has a strong passion for teaching others how to influence with impact. I'm delighted to welcome back Zeina Gharzouzi of Zeina Connects on Small Talk. Zeina Gharzouzi, welcome back to Small Talk.
Thank you so much for having me again.
It was such a pleasure and honor to have you the first time around, and we definitely wanted to continue this conversation. And last time we talked about a number of things, but specifically, I wanted you to hone in on the asking about when. Like you talked about last time that in networking conversations, and you want to keep you want to become memorable. But in the conversation, you talked about this, starting the conversation with when. And I would love for you to expand on that part of the conversation at a networking event for our audience viewers.
Okay, so when we network, the first obvious question that people ask us is, what do you do? And a lot of times we'll go right into what's our title, and we kind of stop there, and it stomps the conversation. And if it's a title that people all know, they're not going to ask you more questions. So I used to be in another life, I used to be financial advisor. So if I said to people, I'm a financial advisor, it kind of just stops there. But if people say, hey, Zeina, what do you do? And I say, when you're not even sure if you're overinsured or underinsured, and you don't even know if you have enough money for your retirement, that's where I come in. That structure of answering now just made people visualize, and they start thinking, oh, I have a few life insurances. Am I overinsured? Am I paying too much? Maybe I'm underinsured. Do I even have enough money for my retirement? Now I made them visualize a problem. Most likely, in like 95% of the cases, they will not forget what I do. They can forget one day my name or the company, they won't forget what I do. And what happens is that it makes it easy for people to be referable. We're meeting people and we're forgetting everybody we're meeting. We're going to 29 networking events a year and we still don't remember who we're meeting. It defies the purpose. If you can't be memorable at the networking event, we have a problem. So if I'm a high-end, car salesman, I could say, well, when you're a discerning buyer and you're looking for the pristine, most high-end car, that's where I come in. I help you through all the steps of that.
Really about visualization. That's really your angle here, visualization.
That's the only way to be remembered. We are being bombarded by ads, by all sorts of stuff to do, by emails, by text. We remember pictures, we remember stories, but we remember what problem you solve. And if anything that you do, even if you're a digital marketer and you say, I help entrepreneurs or smaller companies to embrace the digital marketing space and to make sure that their storytelling can be compelling and remembered and increase their clientele, that's way different than to just answer and say, well, I help companies do their digital media or social media. That it just stops the conversation and you don't know what question to follow up on. So if you answer, when you have that problem, you stop and you say, that's where I come in. Now you just got people's creative juices going, and now people are running after you to ask you more questions to find out a little bit more about what you do.
So I love about stopping conversations, that you are helping people continue this conversation at networking events. And real quick, you talked about, attending like 29 networking event examples as you talked about. Can you provide just real quick one high level best practice when you go to a networking event? One thing.
Get rid of your cell phone. It is the number one thing. People go at networking event, they're with their glass of wine and they're always on their cell phone. Get rid of the cell phone, okay? Put it away, put it on vibrate, silence, look at people in the eye. You're here to connect with people. I've been to so many events that I don't know anybody. And I literally say to myself, there's a lot of other people that are there, they know nobody. But if you have a sunny disposition or you have at least a smile and you look approachable, just walking up to somebody and saying, oh, well, would you like to share a bite? Or is it your first time here? It's the first time I come to this networking event. They seem like a really dynamic group. There's always a little comment that can just get the conversation started, but people stay in the corner with their glass of wine. They're on the phone and they're like, hey, it was a really bad networking event. I didn't really meet anybody. get rid of your phone for an hour or two and put all the chances on your side so you increase your networking opportunities.
Folks, get rid of your cell phone, according to Zeina Gharzouzi. Zeina, thank you so much for coming back on Small Talk. Really appreciate you having yours. And I got one last question for you.
Yes.
If you had a chance to have a 3-minute small talk with anyone in the world, living or past, who would it be?
Bill Gates.
Why?
Because I find to accomplish so much and stay level-headed seems like a very it's a stronger feat than one would let on. For much less fortune of what he's done, there's a lot of people who kind of sometimes have lost their marbles and everything. And I think still wanting to give back so much and really very being intent on that with all the fortune, and he has his Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, he would be one of the people I would love to just chat with for 3 minutes and say, what are your best practices that keep you level-headed? Because when this is fine, all the rest follows. If this is off, nothing follows.
Zeina, it's been an honor and a pleasure to chat with you again. Thank you again for coming on Small Talk. We will, I'm sure, see you very soon. If you folks have any conversation that you want to continue with Zeina, her contact information is right there on the screen, her email, her phone number. Connect with her directly on any of the social media channels she is on. Thank you again, Zeina, for being on Small Talk.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks so much.
Thank you to Zeina Gharzouzi of Zeina Connects for joining me on Small Talk. You can also listen to the show as part of our podcast series. Now it's your turn. Please comment, subscribe, and share. If you've got a topic you'd like to discuss on the show, please give me a call or send me an email. We'll talk with you next time.